Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dead Unicorn. We're playing Cyberpunk today. It's the first game of Polymer Dreams, brought to you by our game master, James. How you doing, James? He's got a voice. I promise you. I promise everybody he can talk, and he will be
I
talking.
can.
He can.
Um, we are joined here by our players. One of them will be me, and we also have Tarek, uh, Sasha, and Lady Val. Um, James, I'm just gonna hand this on over to you, and you can say what you need to say and get this on the road. How does that sound? We've been having some technical difficulties today, and I hope that they don't creep back into the stream. I'd like to thank our patrons scrolling down below. Thank you, patrons, for supporting this. We've been having some problems trying to get this game off the ground, and we thank you for being very patient with us. James.
First off, I want to say big thanks to Sebastian as well as the rest of our Patreons. We couldn't do this without you guys.
Or you're not live on YouTube.
It says I'm live on YouTube.
I'm not seeing any live stream on YouTube.
I don't see it either. That's why.
Yeah, I was checking it too. I didn't see one yet.
Oh, I'm private. Oh, shoot. It says I'm private. How do I change that?
Restart it?
Nope. There's a way I can do this.
Where there's a
There it is. There's my visibility. Public. Done. Save.
All right. In that case, for YouTube, welcome to Cyberpunk Saturday.
Cyberpunk.
Well, here on the Dead Unicorn, we're running Cyberpunk Red, but using the pre-gens from Cyberpunk 2020. Big shout out to our Patreons and especially Sebastian, because without the help from him specifically, we wouldn't be able to use the Foundry as well as we can. And for the rest of the Patreons, your support means the world to all of us. And thank you all for your patience. We've had a little bit of tech issues getting started here. All right. So we're going to get it started with introducing our characters. And I'm going to go ahead and start with Tarek. And guys, let's end with Lady Valk so she can see how it's done.
Okay. Well, hello, my name's Tarek. I'm going to be playing El Manos, the netrunner of the group. She has been contracted to work with Corey's character and the rest of the group to serve as the data engineer and hacker extraordinaire. Should anything come up that needs her expertise, she will be there to provide it, though she is currently kind of checked out and probably playing, what is it called? Elf Online, something like that, on her. Yeah, she looks like that.
Corey, there's the character art if you want to show it to our audience.
Oh, they see it.
It's
Everything you put on that table, they see right now.
I am cool. Awesome. Okay, I will pass it off to Corey because he's next on the list.
Hey, everybody. I'm playing Hard Sell. That's my street name. But I'm also Falco Evans. Up and coming CEO. I'm not there yet. But you just watch. I'm going to be the next millionaire. Billionaire. Trillionaire. This world is going to be mine. But first, I got to start where everybody else starts, on the streets. I'm with the rest of this crew, and we got to get out of New York City. That's our first job. So, let's get started. Sasha, what do you got?
Hi, I'm Sasha. I am playing Ortera Lancaster, or Gas by her street name. She is a very cunning, manipulative, and rather insane individual who gets high off of taking insane amounts of risk. Definitely not great for one's life expectancy, but it helps that she's a surgeon. She's a doctor. So, maybe, just maybe, she'll get out of more than a few games alive. Who knows? But at any rate, she is a bit begrudgingly helping out this crew here on this job today. Um, because she's been having some, well, monetary issues. This and that happens. Some cyber psychos burn down your lab, and then suddenly you have a bunch of parts on back order that you can't supply. And then one thing leads to another, and you need some cash pretty bad. So, yeah, that's where we're at here. I'll pass it off to Valk.
Hello, I am Valkyrie. I will be playing Steelheart. She's a tech. She is very much more interested in the mechanical side of the operations. She will be more of the mechanic, engineer, the one who keep any vehicles we might have tip-top shape. Following along with this crew because, as with anyone, money gets a little bit tight. I don't know where I'm going, guys. Help.
That's fine. That's good enough. So, as Corey mentioned, our crew is stuck in New York City. And they're currently in a bar called The Last Lookout, which is on the observation deck of the closest surviving building overlooking the ruins of Manhattan. They've been looking for a way out of New York because Corey's company, Hard Cell's company, is only authorizing a subcompact car for the trip back. And, well, those are tight for 2 people, much less 4, especially with all their stuff. And multi-day journey in that, when there's no real hotels in a lot of places along the way, yeah, it just wasn't going to work. They've looked around. They found a lead on a possible job, but they've been told that the person who's holding the job, you don't contact them, they contact you. So they're hoping he contacts them. And that's where we're going to start, with all of them sitting in the bar, looking out over it, as all their agents suddenly chime with a message from Elliot Weiss, saying that he'll meet them at the Last Lookout in 1 hour.
Finally, we can get out of here. Because this bar has the worst fucking wings on Long Island. I throw the fucking basket across the table.
The bartender looks at you and goes, "What do you want?" They're synth.
I want something that's actually edible.
It is edible. It's
without
just
paying
synth.
without paying attention to anything else going on, and while still playing a video game on her cyber deck, Elmanos will just stand up and start walking out.
Do we all follow her, or what is going on now?
I guess I'm paying the bill. Walk up. Beep. You get 5% tip.
You
No
guys
more!
are currently where he said he'll meet you.
Oh, I thought you just said we're going to go and meet him.
Yeah, I thought
within the
that's
hour.
what you said too.
Yeah.
No. The message was from him saying he'll meet you at the Last Lookout in 1 hour. Lucky for you, you're already there.
Manos freaking walks out.
Okay,
reads
Manos-
the message on the phone, walks back in.
Monos still walks out and just starts smoking a cigarette. She will take a look around this place to make sure that it's okay, and to see if anybody is paying attention to the fact that we're here.
A couple of the regulars are giving you the eyeball, and that's about it. But nobody seems aggressive or overly interested. It's just you got West Coast accents and you're in New York. So the guys around here are going, "What the fuck are these yabos doing here?"
We're like paying customers.
Which is why they aren't actually fucking with you.
yet. Okay.
Look,
Uh,
you need to back off, all right?
Falco, sit down.
I'm sorry, I had to lean into the West Coast accent.
And went straight to Valley Guy.
Right? Look,
Surfer dude, man.
Okay, after a few minutes, then Elmanos will walk back in and be like, "God damn it, I died," and then close her deck, and then sit down at the table. So, what are we gonna do now?
we're gonna listen to whatever this job is and see if it'll make us enough money to get home.
Well, I mean, he pays a lot. I've heard a lot of tale about this guy. Elliot is known for being a pretty honest and straightforward kind of shooter, and he's a pretty prominent fixer here, which is why I'm a little bit paranoid as to why he agreed to meet us. I would have thought we'd have to do a couple jobs before he'd even pay us any kind of attention.
Well, maybe he understands who he's dealing with. Nah, that can't be it.
Well, I did hunt him
there's-
down and put
there's
out a
a
bunch
job-
of feelers on the net. So
Tell you what, this is probably because he has a job that he can't give to his regulars for some reason. And
well, the
since
job
we're
he
out of
had
town-
was to go.
since we're out of towners and we're gonna be leaving anyways, I bet he figures that he can give us a job where he can burn a bridge or two, blame it on us, and then we're gone.
Look, the job is heading out west. I'm not sure exactly the details of it, but from what I could piece together online, he wanted to send somebody out to Night City and hit a couple stops along the way. And if that's the case, kind of perfect for what we're looking for.
Can everybody see my computer and my glasses? I think.
Yeah.
I
You
should
might
put,
want to
like-
turn off those sexy time videos.
I really
Like-
need to put like stock tickers everywhere on my monitor, but then I couldn't see
Yeah.
you guys' lovely face.
I can't make
And
out
speaking
anything.
of that, just a reminder to all my players, I can't see you, so if you have questions or anything, speak up.
Noted.
So, what do you guys think? I look at Gas and Steelheart. What are your thoughts, sis?
She skewers an onion ring with a long fingernail and eats it, looking bored.
The onion rings are the one big surprise in this bar. They're actual onions.
And then because Falco seems to be a bit hangry, she slowly slides half a basket over to him, wordlessly.
Do we intend to just simply sit and wait here, or do we have anything else to do for the next hour?
I don't know. It's not like they have much in this bar. They got one of those video arcade machines.
Any of y'all have a?
There's also a
Laptop?
brain dance machine on the bar itself.
Any of y'all have a laptop or something?
Yeah, just play with your agent. What am I, your dad?
Ugh.
Is there any gambling going on around? That's something that might pique my character's interest.
Go ahead and give me an awareness notice.
Yeah, is anybody playing pull tabs? Can we get some pull tabs around here?
Bear with me. What tab is that under? Like skills? Is that perception? I don't see a skill named notice.
It's
You
awareness.
remember that you can search your skills, gear, etc. At the underneath your
and
at the
it's
bottom
not-
underneath. the
it's
portal.
not-
No, it's
not
under
notice.
awareness skills and it's perception. I was using the previous edition's name for it. I apologize.
Okay. Awareness, perception. There we go.
All right. With a 17, that's enough that while there is a pull tab machine here, there is the door to the kitchen, the hallway to the bathrooms, and there's another door that occasionally somebody goes in and out of, but you don't know what anything to do with that is because it's obviously not kitchen, storeroom, or offices. Customers are going in there.
Okay.
I think I got an idea. If we're getting out of here and heading on west, maybe we can take a detour to Buffalo and get some goddamn good wings.
Is that why
Bartender says, if you want to pay €10 per wing, be my guest to do that.
Is Buffalo even alive anymore?
Yeah, is it a smoking hole in the ground, or does that city exist?
Buffalo still exists just outside Niagara Falls.
It's not even the meat that I'm the most concerned about. It's the sauce. It's just sickening sweet. All I taste is sugar.
Why don't you
Maybe next
use
time
less
don't
of
order the
sauce?
wings.
Yeah.
Bartender pulls out another basket, but he puts on a rubber glove first. And he's got a cyber arm. And then he sets that in front of you with 3 wings in it. They are bright red. You want heat? There you go. But I guarantee in 2 hours you'll be shitting yourself.
Look at this. Look at this guy over here. He thinks that buffalo wings are just supposed to be hot. That's the only flavor they get.
You said you wanted heat. There's heat.
No, I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
I
don't
wanted
think
a freaking good sauce. That's what I said.
I don't think I've ever eaten a buffalo wing before.
Take your pick. There's
First
3
time
of
I've
them
ever heard
right
of something
there.
like that.
Get the ranch
Anybody who
dressing
eats
out.
one of the 3 wings needs to make a bod check.
Get that ranch dressing out.
Wrong name. Steelheart is just watching them all, very interested to see if anyone actually picks up the wings.
I ain't stupid. I don't take bets that I'm gonna lose.
Speaking of bets, if you're bored, and she stands up and gets a little bit closer to the bartender, folds her arms on the bar, leans over it, and says, "What do you have going on in the back? And how does one get in on it?"
Elmanos leans over to Falco and goes, is she trying to fuck the bartender? I'm confused. Did I miss something?
He
Why
looks at you and
Does he
goes,
have like a cybercock?
Why don't you just sit back, relax, and see what happens?
"You a cop?"
Okay.
Definitely not a cop.
€50 will get you the knock code. After that, it's your own get out on paying the antes.
Can I bum a synth stick from somebody?
Oh, she hears that it is in fact gambling going on back there, and she smiles, and she'll pay €50 or 50 EB, Euro bucks, right?
Yep.
Oh.
He slides a small note with a particular tap pattern that after looking at it, you realize is just shaving a haircut.
Oh, that's the okay.
That's the stupidest password ever.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's that same password was in Andor in freaking Star Wars.
That's just how I knock half the time.
Yeah, exactly.
I tend to knock like I'm an FBI agent just to freak out my friends.
You always walk up to the door and go, doo, 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 open up!
Exactly.
When I delivered pizzas, that was how I knocked on doors.
Yeah. Freak the shit out of them.
I once had a customer jump off the second-story balcony of their apartment, and because of that knock. Thankfully, their girlfriend answered the door and paid for the pizza.
Not me. I creepily look through windows and tap on them gently until somebody notices. Yeah, exactly, right? What are you doing?
Hey there, friend.
Well,
Are
she
you eating dinner?
was she
Smells
given like a
delicious.
actual paper slip, or is this like a code that she got sent?
It was a actual paper slip.
Okay. So she just holds it between two fingers, waggles it around so that the rest of them can see she actually got something, and then walks towards the back door.
Hey, if you run into trouble, we're right here. You have an agent.
So she is fucking someone, or
I just
does she have a
I
brain
pushed
dance?
you off your bar stool.
I go. Does she have a brain dance installed? Is she gonna record it?
Can we watch?
Elmano, you keep saying this stuff about my sister, and I am going to punch you, okay? I'm going to give you a
I mean,
black
thick thighs
eye.
save lives. What do you want?
Would you appreciate it if I said that kind of stuff about you?
If I had the thick thighs to go about it, maybe. As it is, I'm just twigs. What do you want from me?
A little more respect, thank you.
We'll see. How about
So,
this?
yes,
You land us that job, and I'll think about it.
All right.
you go and knock on that door in that pattern. Little slot opens, looks at you. Then the door opens. And when you come inside the room, he says, "We got 3 games going right now: blackjack, poker, and a craps game. Each of them's 5 to get in."
€5.
Yep.
Okay, so it's 50 to get in the door. 5, is that like a starting bet, or I just want to make sure that I'm not totally screwed by
Yeah.
because I got €10 on
In-
me after paying the entry fee.
In all cases, that's the house entry fee. You need to get in the game. At that point, you're playing against everybody else, and the house has nothing to do with it.
Okay. Then before she goes in, she's going to pull out her agent, and she's going to message Falco, and she's going to say, if you want to have some real meat, send me some Eurobucks. I'm about to go make some more.
All right, all right. I don't trust you to win money. I'm giving you money thinking that it's just gone.
Just to keep me busy, basically.
Hey, that's the best way to
Yeah.
loan money.
I give you 50 euro bucks. How's that sound?
All right. That's something to gamble with.
Yeah. To my sister for funsies.
For services rendered.
Boom.
Alright.
Oh wait, I increased, not decreased. It should. Whoops.
Whoops.
100. Figuring out this system. To my sister for funsies for reals. Minus sign. Perfect. Did it. Okay, you now have 50 funsy bucks.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll remove the 5 to get into a game. It was blackjack, something else in the middle.
Are you okay, James? We lost
Blackjack.
you.
Yeah, my cat accidentally yanked on a bunch of cords and things got a little loose there for a moment.
Okay.
I have never seen a black cat so clumsy as this one. In any case, it was blackjack, there's a poker game going on, and craps.
Okay, blackjack it is. That's my favorite.
And it's also the one with the best odds to begin with. All right, let me see here. What would be appropriate? Education skill gamble.
Mm-hmm.
So how much are you wagering on your first hand?
Let's start off. What are other people wagering, I suppose? Or do you want me to set the tone?
Well, the two other people at the table gesture at you to go first because you're new.
Okay. All right. Let's go with 20.
Okay. One of them does go ahead and puts his own 20 out there. The other one just kind of shakes his hands, and the other guy shoves the deck to him. So he shuffles and deals out. Go ahead and give me a gamble roll.
Okay.
Well, with an 18 versus his total of 5, you got 2 kings right off the get-go. And he busts. So you're now up 20 euro.
Okay.
Laughing all the way to the bank.
All right, I gotta at least make back the amount that I spent to get in here at a minimum. Preferably, I gotta leave with something more. So, let's go for 30.
Okay. Another gamble roll. He almost exploded on you. Wow, you actually got some skill, and this dude has more money than sense. You win again.
I would love to take his money and maybe help him gain some sense along the way.
At this point, he looks at you and goes, I want to get my money back, and puts 50 on the table.
All right. Ooh, better luck
Damn it.
next time.
All right, I'm out. The other guy at the back blackjack table is like, that's too rich for me. I just go buck a time.
Oh, such a hefty entry fee for such small game.
And you got it back already. Plus, that code's good for a year.
I'll keep that in mind if I ever come back here again.
There's still craps and poker.
Sure,
Poker's
she'll
going pretty strong right now.
move over to poker. Why not? In case anyone else
poker table has 3 people playing, and it's rotating who's the dealer. The ante is €5 at the start, but it's no limit. And the current dealer is going with 5-card stud. Says, want to keep it simple.
Okay. I was never a poker player, so you'll have to help me out with some of the if there's anything fancy going on. But are we just doing another set of contested roles?
It pretty much. I'm going to be having 2 separate roles trying to go against you.
Do you want some of us to be the people rolling those dice?
Sure, I'll roll 1. Since you volunteered, you do another. And Steelheart, would you like to be the last one?
Sure.
All right.
What's our mods? You want us to roll a
Just-
d10 and
Just use whatever your character sheet is, and I'll be happy with that for it.
They got some int. All right.
Whew.
Wait.
This one got a good roll.
Are we just doing 5 to start off with? I don't remember us talking about a bet. Like, is it just 5 or what?
Depending upon what the rolls are, I'll just kind of narrate how high the pot gets and how much you win or lose.
Also, I roll
Ooh,
now, correct?
I don't know if I like rolling without knowing how much money I could win or lose.
Well, I can assure you the Netrunner's one that I just rolled is going to last till the end.
That's fine. I just don't want to be roll low and then you say, "Wow, you lost 155 euro bucks, Sasha."
Oh
And
no!
I'm like,
if you roll decently, but are going to get beaten, then you're not going to lose that much.
yeah, you could have folded early. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. The better your roll is, if you lose, the less you lose,
Okay.
because your skill is you know when to drop out.
Did you need me to roll now, by the way?
Yes, please.
Okay, sorry. Uh,
All right. So, this means that Gas, you drop out pretty quickly because you recognize your hand is fairly shitty and doesn't have a lot of chances. The NPC that Steelheart rolled for stays a little bit longer but drops out, whereas Elmanos's NPC rolling nat 1 initially, though thankfully only a -1 past that, hung out till the end. So, Gas, you only lost 10 euro total.
All right.
This guy's
And-
crying, about to go shoot himself. He's like, my wife, she told me not to do this. Why did I do this? Why would I bet my entire children?
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Netrunner that's sitting there is just going and pulling in about 200 euro from the rest of them.
Like 75% sure that dude's cheating.
And that's going to pretty much take the rest of your hour because it is poker. That does
That's
take a bit of time.
Whoops. I lost the map. What
We'll
did
bring
I
it
do?
back.
I'm sorry. I was activating sorry. I was just activating 3D dice, I hope. I hope. I really hope I did. Let's test it out real quick.
they were on by default for me.
Whoa, why are yours fancy?
Yeah. But I couldn't read them. That's weird. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Anyways, guys, I decided to go way more cyberpunk. Check this out.
Nice tie.
Ew.
I have cyberpunk gear. Baby.
All right.
How do I fuck with my
Elliot
dice?
Weir walks in, takes a quick scan of the room, and heads right for you guys' table. Gas, you're returning back out at this point.
Okay.
I get up from my chair, give that chair over to the new person, grab a chair from another table, and sit down.
Thanks. It's good to see somebody who knows how to respect people. My name's Elliot Weir. I already know who all you are. I'm representing a man who wants someone extracted. It's a big job. It'll be a tough extraction, and there's a follow-up. The extractee needs to be escorted to Night City by air. My client is willing to pay well. However, we have inside information that will make the extraction go easier. Also, if you don't want to stay in Night City when you get there, I'll get you a ticket to wherever you want to go. Now, you got any questions for me?
A lot.
I'm limited in what I can say until you say you accept, but feel free to ask.
This guy's looking for protection on his way?
Yeah. The extractee knows you're coming.
I look at everybody else like we're not, none of us are solos. None of us are, we're like,
I smile and pat the pack that I have on my back, which has a taken apart assault rifle on the side. Keep talking.
the medic, the tech, you know, and me, a corporate executive. Yeah, sure, we're gonna be great for this. This is gonna work so well.
There have been worse plans.
Yeah, I've been through some shit.
Have there?
And I could use the cash.
So any
I
questions
suppose
for me?
I suppose I could use the practice pulling bullets out of people.
So he's going by air. Were you looking at a helicopter, a plane, a hang
And will
glider?
it be supplied for us, or is that something we will have to acquire on our own?
No, you'll get the tickets.
Who's the mod?
Airship. That I can tell you after you accept.
Okay. How much resistance do you expect?
Not heavy. I got info for you, both on mainframe, warehouse, timing.
Oh, there's a
All you
mainframe
need.
involved, eh?
Yeah, I even got the access codes for you.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm excited. Okay. Any chance we could get a bonus if we do good?
Of course. Also, I like you guys. All the locals here, they immediately ask how much. You ask other questions. I like that.
Well, I mean,
The
I have
cash is
priorities
not-
here.
The
First, I
Eurobox
want to make sure that I
probably-
can survive this before I even worry about the money.
Yeah, look, we're asking.
Hold on. Valk was trying to say something.
I was going to say the same thing that Elmanos said, so it's fine.
Okay.
Look, how am I supposed to gauge how much a mission's worth if I don't know what a bunch of stuff about the details? Then
You don't. No. It don't work that way around. You ask how much the job is paying, I tell you that.
sure.
You don't try and set a price first when you don't know shit, and that's
Look.
fair.
Look, everything's negotiable. Everything's negotiable.
That's true.
But I need to
That's
know.
true. But if you guys know of me, you know whatever amount I'm about to say when you ask will be a fair price.
Oh, is that how this goes? Oh, I was.
Well, I've heard that from
Woo.
a lot of people actually
Yeah.
online. They talk about Elliot being a straight shooter.
But we got to do things in a certain way.
Well, you see,
So,
Why not somebody else? Why not the locals?
one, you're from the West Coast. You probably want to get back there. Two, well, the feelers you've been putting out for looking for work has been making some of my associates a bit nervous. They're worried you might be trying to cut in on the scene. So I figured, hey, you want to get back to the West Coast? I got a job that goes to the West Coast.
I think I did roll like
Match
a
made
30.
in heaven there.
I think I did roll like a 30 something to get this info. So yeah.
And you also said you were not being hidden about it. You were being blatant. So,
Oh yeah.
Okay. I look at everybody else. I say, you got any other questions?
All my questions I think would be pretty important to ask, but I don't think he's going to divulge any extra information until we've agreed
Oh yeah,
to the.
I'd love to know who's after this guy, why this guy needs security, all of those things. But I don't think he's gonna do that until we sign on the dotted line.
handshake's just as good with me. After all, if you don't keep your word, your rep will suffer. And then who's going to give you jobs?
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. His
If I
prices.
wasn't honest and
his
straightforward,
prices
people
are
wouldn't
so.
come to me to find people to do jobs for them.
His prices are so great. We don't have to negotiate. He's so he makes
You
sure
still haven't
everybody
asked what the
works.
price is, and you're already knocking it.
Everybody looks nobody screws him over because they know it's a reputation thing. Hey, let's ask. You seem very anxious to tell us how much it is. How much are we looking at here?
5,000 EB, half in advance. That's per each of you, plus expenses and a per diem, with the per diem being a bit negotiable. Well, and there's also an expense account. Somebody's going to have to keep track on that, though, because you're going to have to give the client at the end an accounting of your expenses. But
Interesting.
if you're able to go cheaply on the expense account, you get to keep whatever's left in it, too.
Look.
So 5K per runner per diem expense account. What was the other thing I missed?
The on the 5K, it's half up front, half when you get to Night City.
Maybe I was too.
There's expenses and a per diem.
Maybe I was too hasty. I apologize.
I told you this guy's on the up and up. Elliot's all over the net about how straightforward he is, and that he kind of overpays.
Yeah, there's a few people that work in New York City. I'm one of the few fixers here that ain't mob connected. So I got to keep my rep clean, and I got to take care of the people I hire. It's just good business.
So you charge your jobs a little more too because of that squeaky clean persona, and you can pass that. I see that. See how it is.
I'm getting the standard fixer 15%.
All right.
So you guys are actually getting more on this job than me. I'm just finding you and giving you the stuff.
Gas.
And if there's any problems, you can contact me and I'll help you out. Right?
Gas. What do you say? You want to go for this?
If my only other alternative is to stay here and gamble, then sure.
Hey, you might be good enough to get a ticket for the train backs eventually.
This is this commercial flight we're going on?
Airliners, airships ain't exactly commercial. They ain't even business class. They're first class the whole way.
Maybe on the flight they'll have some real meat, hard sell.
That is included. I know they say this about prisons, but it's also true when you're doing a cruise. 3 hots and a cot.
What is this airship, by the way, out of character? What are we talking about here? Like a private jet, or
It's a Zeppelin.
we're on a balloon? Excellent. That's
With basically the cruise deck of a cruise ship strapped to the bottom of it and another layer for cargo.
Right.
One of the most secure ways to travel across the country.
Okay. Sure. Let's go, gamer.
All right. Holds out his hand to shake.
Sure. Unless anybody wants to stop my hand, I'll pull it out and I'll shake it and we'll get this party started.
And he proceeds to shake all four of your hands around the table. All right.
Steelheart would use her left hand.
In that case, he takes it and kind of does a little bow over it and air kisses above it.
Manos does a little like fist bump, then do like a little like couple hand gestures, do a unique handshake, and then gives him a wink and a finger guns.
Pack.
Exactly.
The guy's just sitting there confused, not doing it back.
No, I imagine he does picks up on it immediately and starts doing it back. He's a fixer. He's in the know.
Let's see if he does. Oh, yeah. He follows along exactly on everything, maybe just a hair slower than you, just so he can see what you're doing next, but he is right on it enough that you'd have to be really paying attention to realize he doesn't actually know this handshake.
Look at you, gringo. Woo!
I don't, perception.
Feel like you got some skin.
There's 1,000 skills here, and to keep up with somebody's little handshake thing is perception?
Yeah, because he has to perceive what Elmanos is doing next.
I mean, I guess I would consider it like dance, because there's a leader and a follower, and you gotta it's like a rhythm and I don't know. There's a bazillion skills. It could be streetwise.
Yeah,
I could
those
see
could
that.
work too.
I could see it more as human perception than
that could
regular
also be,
perception.
but human perception is more about reading people and determining their emotional states and things like that.
Exactly. So you're reading the other person to make sure you are on the same wavelength as them for the handshake. It's just, I know. There's 1,000 skills here.
There's also multiple ways you can do things all the time.
Yeah.
Always feel free to suggest a skill if you want to do something.
Okay.
All right. Slides cred chips out to all of you for 2,500. Goes, who's getting the expense one?
Oh, I'll keep track of that.
I put my hand up and then
exec.
like
I'm the exec. That's what I do.
Hands it to you. Like I said, keep track of every use you make of that. Also here, hands you a slip that has a data code. That's so you can access it at any data term or ATM and pull funds into cash that way. You may not want to directly use it.
So you said the limit is negotiable. We negotiating that now, or are we negotiating as we make
the
purchases?
Per diem is negotiable.
Oh, what's the expense account? What's the limit?
That's
here?
what I just handed you.
I check it.
And you got it. Okay. What skill are you using to do that?
Business.
accounting.
I have business. I have accounting. I have both those.
Yeah.
Which one would you like me to use, sir?
Accounting sounds better because business is more about making a deal than checking things.
It's the same role for me. There you go. A cool 18.
Well, that's enough to tell you that it is encrypted.
Oh, lovely. Okay, I give it over to Elmano. I'm like, here you go.
All right. Here's the thing. Been contacted by a man who works at a lab in a large warehouse in Brooklyn along the East River. Not a great neighborhood, even though the rent's still sky frickin' high. I don't know who owns the lab, but here slides a data chip over to Elmano. That's the details on the security system and the computer net. You're to extract a girl named Adriana Young. She lives in the lab and has not been seen to leave it recently. Also gives you a photo of her. Give me just a second here.
Oh, I need to make notes
Whoops.
here. Journal.
And here's what she looks like.
How do I make a note? I never had to.
She's about 20 years old, quite pretty. The extraction, she knows she's due to be extracted, and her father is the one to arrange it. I don't know what Dr. Young does at the lab, nor why his daughter needs to be taken out. But once she's extracted, you get on the airship, here's the tickets for that, and head to Night City. If nothing goes wrong, should just be smooth sailing all the way there. She's due to be removed from the lab at 4:30 a.m. day after tomorrow. So you got a little less than 48 hours.
I doubt the pay would be so high for smooth sailing.
She's going to be taken to Kennedy International Airport, where she'll be put on a private flight to a destination I couldn't find out. If she even ends up in the airport, you're fucked. So, as I see it, you got two choices. One, you can extract her from the lab, where you got all the codes, all the security system, the ability to override everything. Seems like that might be more your group's speed. If you're a bunch of gangbangers, I'd suggest the other way, and that's hit the van on its way out of the warehouse. Either way, from what I know, there's maybe 4 or 5 guards in the warehouse. There's a net runner doing overwatch, and besides Miss Young, there's like a couple other techs there. Might be med techs. Don't know what they're doing in there. Man, but you don't have to worry about them. They're more likely to hide under their desks if you go in and have to shoot somebody.
Do you know the arms that the guards might be using? What weaponry they might have?
Most of them are armed with pistols because they're doing interior security. Might have some other things in the security room. Couldn't quite get that info.
Do we have any sort of layout of this place? Is that on this data chip?
Yep.
All right. I plug that data chip into my agent. See what it's got on it.
I feel like I should grab that. By the way, I rolled a 15 to decrypt the data on the expense account.
It's a little bit harder than you thought.
Okay.
This is a pretty sophisticated encryption on it. It is, you do with that though, realize that it is purposely masking how much is in it, even if you check it at an ATM. But as long as you have the code, you can withdraw funds with it.
That's to keep us from being too overzealous, I assume.
And whatever's left in it, that's also a bonus.
So what's on
the airship will be leaving from Newark International Airport. It's scheduled at 10 a.m. the day after tomorrow, 5.5 hours after she's due to be moved.
So what's on this data chip? A little SD card. What's here?
That's the map, the access codes.
Okay. So we have 2 days to get her out of this place.
Slightly less.
when we get her out of there, we need to bring her to the airship, which is waiting for us at a specific time. Where do we stash
Yours.
her once we grabbed her? Do we have a safe
I
house?
recommend doing it. I recommend hitting the place the night before. After all, it'll take you a little time to get to New Jersey.
That might be true.
And that'll give us time to actually case the joint, find out exactly what kind of stuff we're going to be up against, and figure out the proclivities of the netrunner who's doing Overwatch on the place.
You know, I hope it's that easy that we can make our own schedule on this, and there's not like some big thing that we find out in which it makes it impossible for us to do this at the time we want. But that's a good plan.
We're not going to find out if any of that stuff exists if we don't go and case the joint.
Of course, we need to case the joint. I'm just saying.
Also, once you're airborne for an hour, contact me at that point. Just let me know you got her and all's good. There's a code phrase. The all well code is little sister is looking forward to seeing her family.
I need a freaking notes. Can you make me a notes and give it to me under journal? Can you give me a...
I'm writing it all down inside of the server, by the way.
Okay, thank you. I need it.
That was
between
little
games,
sister...
between live streams, I'm gonna make myself a little notes thing, so a little journal for myself, so I can write this down in the VTT here in Foundry.
That was little sister is looking forward to meeting her family, no?
Yes.
Yes. And the airship should land in Night City at noon, 4 days after lifting off. You'll be met at the airport by an anonymous contact. That contact will identify themselves with the androgynous name Robin Garcia.
You said that's the pickup? The person who's picking up?
That's your contact there, yes.
Robin Garcia.
He also slides a slip of paper over to you guys that has what I'm about to type in chat on it.
You know, the good thing about wearing these sunglasses is it always looks like I'm looking at the camera. Even if I'm not, you can't tell.
You could be asleep and we wouldn't even know.
I don't believe in leaving much to chance. In case there are any problems, this is half of a cipher. If things go wrong, you'll find the second half. I wish I could explain more now about it, but I don't want to jeopardize things if everything goes smoothly. That's what I'm hoping for you. But just in case, hold on to that.
Is this a Caesar cipher?
Almost
Can I make a
definitely.
check to identify the type of cipher being used here? Either deduction or cryptography?
It is only half of a cipher.
Yeah, but I should be able to figure out like the methodology being used to make the cipher.
Well, unfortunately, the game master doesn't know what that is, and it doesn't tell us in the book.
All right, no worries.
If it's half of a cipher, it's probably...
So you could roll 2 10s in a row, max explosion, and I'd still have to say, you don't know.
Okay.
Tarek, it's probably
I'll figure it out by hand.
It's probably that cipher that computers use where you need both halves. One person has one half, one person has the other half, and they...
Yeah, it's a handshake. It could be a handshake.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Most likely.
But this, I don't know. It almost looks like a Caesar cipher.
And the airship passes for each of you is in your actual names. And then there's a fifth one for a Claire Warren. That's going to be the name Miss Young is traveling under.
So just to double check, our actual names, not our handles.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about the names, but kind of a rush job getting those.
That's perfectly all right.
Slightly more intrusive than expected.
All right, I think that about covers everything on my end. And so I'll wish you luck. Break a leg, as they say on Broadway.
Hey, before you go,
Yeah.
does this Ariana, does she have any friends? Does she have a place she likes to hang out before she became the shut-in?
Not that I could find out.
That's
Her old man's the only person she seems to care about.
That's unfortunate. That could have made things a lot easier.
Is what is.
She's expecting us, no?
Yeah. All right, I'm
And-
going to do a bio break, and
Okay.
we're leaves. You can talk amongst yourself while I'm gone.
Well, well, well.
Out
Looks
of
like I'm
character.
gonna have a lot of work to do here.
I have a question
What?
out of character. If y'all caught something my brain just phased out on. Was it specified why the girl is being taken away?
Nope.
Gotcha.
Nope.
It said something about didn't know why, but the father is like paying for this. If I understand.
Gotcha. Okay.
She
Thank
don't
you.
know why she needs an extraction, but she does, and they're paying very handsomely for it.
I mean, if she's supposed to be there on regular business stuff, if we could come by or if someone could come by posing as some sort of friend, we could just knock on the door, say, "Hey, we're a friend of the doc in there, let us on in," and we just go in there, size up the place, talk to the lady, get out, even if we can't convince her to leave with us, and then come back later with all the information we can get from that place going on in there. But the problem is if she is this shut in with absolutely no friends, which is, I gotta say, that's a shame.
It is to
That
be
may not be a
expected.
plan at all.
There are med techs there.
I'm sure we could be her friend.
Does she have like a biomonitor? If she has a biomonitor, we can just make a false like a false emergency. You go on in there, or just say we can look at an employment record, find somebody who has like a biomonitor, and then you can rush on in there for that person. False alarm, but scope out the place anyways that way.
I don't imagine that they would call for outside help if they have med techs on staff within the building.
Do they?
But
I mean, we could
That's
also
what-
just
that's
try
what
to
I
take
said.
out the guy who's doing the Overwatch and then work our way through. If I can take over the cameras and stuff.
Fine.
If I can take over the cameras and stuff, I could direct you through, maybe open some doors, lock other doors, get y'all in to see her, and then get y'all out without ever being detected.
Fine. Do it the fancy way.
I mean, that's why I got all this equipment and the plugs.
I was about to
She
suggest
moves some of her
kidnapping.
dreads that are kind of crusty and pulls what are they called? Some interface plugs out of her hair.
A VGA cable.
Yeah. There we go.
I
And then I
was
yank
about-
on it and it slides all the way back in.
A
I was
serial
about to
printer
suggest
port.
kidnapping.
Perfect. What were you saying, Sasha?
I was about to suggest kidnapping, but sure, if you want to be boring.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
was
this
gonna.
is
I
kind of
was gonna
like
kidnap
kidnapping,
my.
but we're
I am.
extracting it. So, like,
I am.
we need to bring her in health, you know?
I
I'm
am
not
almost.
suggesting kidnapping her. I'm suggesting kidnapping one of the med techs, you dunce.
Why? Another mouth to feed?
I doubt that they're going to replace someone without a thorough vetting process, if that is on your mind.
I think.
And don't we have multiple people who could bypass a thorough vetting process and present a thoroughly vetted set of information?
Within less than 48 hours.
I don't know. You tell me.
What kind
You're
of
the ones who wanted to be all fancy.
what kind of building is this? What kind of like business do these people do? She's a doctor of what? What are they? Is this a lab? I'm
'Cause
asking
it is a
you,
lab.
James.
Yeah.
Well, from the maps on it, it is a warehouse and lab,
Is a warehouse.
much like you were trying to set up yourself.
It is a warehouse and lab. Is this like a drug? Are they making like illegal drugs here as a warehouse and lab, or is this like a pharmaceutical company? What's going on here? I'm gonna make a business roll to find out what kind of business is happening here. How's that sound?
Okay, that's fair.
I got business. I'm a businessman. I'm gonna do business stuff with my business tie that glows in the dark.
business time. It's business time.
It's business time. I rolled 19.
All right, 19. It's some kind of biotech lab.
Perfect. That's what I do. I do adjacent stuff to that. My sister over here does medical stuff. I think we can. Sis, you know biochemistry?
Of course I know biochemistry.
Excellent. What do you think they're gonna make in this? What do you?
I would be horrible at my job if I didn't.
You know what?
I put the cipher in a journal listing, so
You know what?
and I think I made it available for all of you.
I think we could leverage something here. Look, these guys, they're running a lab and they're in a warehouse, which means they're making stuff there, they're packaging it, and they're sending it out the door. Right? We are pharmaceuticals that run out of a certain part of the nation. These guys work in another part of the nation. If we can figure out who they're making drugs, who they're making drugs for, then we can just lie and say, hey, we got this other, our company out there and your company, we've made a deal and we're going to ship your drugs to our side of the continent over there. And we're just making sure that you guys have the facilities able to move this stuff to bring in our trucks. That's something like that. We're here to inspect the area for our company and their company.
Good work.
And Corey, I did figure out how to give you a notes in the journal.
Ooh, I have a journal.
Did you figure out how to get us all one? Oh, I did. Cipher.
Notes.
Yeah, you can see the cipher, but if each
Oh,
of you
actually, it
want
doesn't say anything.
it
So,
does. You
so
just have to highlight it because for some
Yes.
reason this thing is
it's black
Kinda
on dark gray.
yeah.
Add page. New page. Our
Where's the
first,
ad page
Oh,
button?
I
Because I
see.
don't see that.
our first edge run.
Well,
I
he
can't
has
add
access
that page.
to his
Gotcha.
own notes. I haven't set up yet for everybody else.
Gotcha. Okay. No
No
worries. I
worries.
have a
So this
notes
woman's name is
document.
Ariana what? What's her last name again?
Young.
Grande.
Adriana
Young.
Young. Or was it just...
Yeah.
There was a D there, right?
Dr. Ariana Young. get her out of warehouse/lab. The thing is if these guys are doing anything that is illegal, then my story ain't gonna work at all. And
Adriana Young.
and Elmano, you're gonna have to make sure that if they call for confirmation on me, that you're gonna be able to intercept that and give them whatever bullshit story we need to give them.
I mean, I could probably reroute a call, but I'm gonna need access to your agent.
Oh no, here.
You hand it over
Why do you need access to my agent?
so that I can reroute the call when it comes to you.
You really should
No.
not.
They're gonna call their bosses.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be a call coming to me.
No, of course. Yeah. She says that she slots her a USB port into your agent.
Don't I can't grab that. Don't touch my stuff now. You're making stuff up.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was just trying to encrypt your data.
I was just trying to check your warranty.
I was just trying to make
on
sure that your
agent.
Wi-Fi was connected. I was just checking your car's extended warranty.
There we go. Each of you now has under the journal tab a notes that you are the owner of.
Thank
Gas
you.
sighs and says, if you need somebody on the other end to answer and pretend to be your boss or your boss's boss, who can talk circles around the medical scene, I suppose I'm the one on the phones.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not good at that stuff, so yeah, certainly.
I mean, I was hoping you could come into the lab with me, sis, and tell me what I'm looking at, because I ain't gonna understand any of that stuff.
Then maybe we're going about this backwards.
Tarek, are you looking over the floor plans and net security stuff?
Yes, for sure.
All right. It's a 2-story with a basement level. Well, that has 2 access points from the outside. And according to the notes, there are, let me see here real quick, count. 2 guards on the bottom floor, 2 guards on the top floor, and 1 in the basement.
Access points for server or for mainframe?
On the ground floor in a back corner where there's actually a net runner already there.
Okay. I just added it to my notes in the server. Which Elmanos is most likely like actually writing this stuff down.
You got the first name right, but the last name a little off.
Young isn't Y-U-N-G?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually Young. Okay.
Yep.
So, Gas, when you said backwards, does that mean you should be going in and I should be the guy on the phone? That makes sense. I can do that. I'm a smooth talker.
Wait, you want me going in?
No, we want you to reroute all the calls and the cameras and all that kind of stuff. The only thing
You'll
is,
let me in.
we want Gaz in there, and I think Steelheart, you might go in there too, as backup, or if she needs to get through a door, you think you can do that?
I have a set of lockpicks.
I won't be able to route anything out unless I get access to that mainframe.
Well, then let's figure out how to get you access to it.
Oh, you could do a net run and just hack it with the access codes you've been given.
Yeah, but I need to get it within, because my cyber deck only extends. I think it's like 15 feet, right? Or 15
That's
meters.
that's for
I
your
need to be
nearest
within 15 meters.
that's for your nearest access point to the net.
Exactly. I need to. My cyber deck needs to be within 15 meters of an access point to get to their system. So
No, here's the difference between red and the 2020, and one of the differences for you as a net runner. And that is that you just have to be 15 feet for your Wi-Fi to connect to the internet. That internet can then be your connection to anything in the world.
I mean, true. I could connect to, as long as I have a wireless connection, I can get to a server. But if that server is a mainframe inside of a building,
It's
then it's
It
not
has to have
likely-
It has to have connection to the net so that they're reporting back up to the corporate offices.
I guess so, but it depends on network architecture, really, because usually what they do is have a mainframe that is DMZ'd, and that just has a connection point that sends out the like sterilized data to another server, and
You
that
asleep
server
yet, Falco?
goes to.
Tarek, why are you arguing this? Just agree with what the game master said.
Because that's how that. I mean, because I work in this industry.
Okay. Yes,
No,
Tarek, you are an IT person in real life playing a net runner dealing with fictionalized security systems.
Sure.
I loved watching Sasha just being like, wait, I need to keep my eyes open.
I
I'm
fully
looking at
expect
her
some of the things that are set up in Cyberpunk to make your blood pressure go up just because of you being an IT guy.
There's gonna be a lot of that.
That was a good laugh.
Corey, you want to fax me over a pair of sunglasses so that no one can
Ooh.
know what my eyes are?
Just print
So
one
they can't
out,
tell when.
cut it out of the piece of paper, put them on,
Yeah, email it to me.
draw eyes on it.
I mean, wait, hold on. I have sunglasses somewhere around here, clip-ons to add on. I just forget where they are.
So we do need like a plan. Are we good with this plan of putting in gas and Steelheart and me and Elmano are your support as you go in?
All I have to say about that is, well, I doubt.
And she looks over at Steelheart, looks her up and down.
I doubt the two of us will be enough to break our way out of the building should something go wrong, any much more so than I would be on my own. But if you were with the rest of them, you could go with them and help them get in instead.
Oh, I was thinking you just need to bullshit all of these people and then you can just walk out the door.
What happens if they see through me?
Then
They can get shot.
then your little brother is gonna come running on in shooting people. That's how what that happens.
That's my point, though.
But yeah, I'll have to come get you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can ram down their door with a compact car.
I'm sure
I
that'll
hope
go
the
over.
company has good insurance.
You think that'd go over well with the company? Maybe not with the company, but I'm sure Daddy-O he'll forgive that if I'm going to rescue his biological daughter now. Maybe if it was me, it would just be a tax write-off.
Nice. You can do HTML code. I got it to work. Now I have color, so I don't have to highlight shit in my notes.
Tarek, come on, man,
What?
come back.
I need some smelling
I got
salts.
fucking working notes. Y'all still got stuff that you gotta highlight. Suck it.
I just have. I'm fine with just pressing my face into the screen, or alternatively using my own notes. I have a notes app on my computer. I can
All
use
you gotta
that.
do is this.
Let's save it for later,
Yes, Tarek, let's focus on this session.
please.
And just to let you guys know, 25-minute warning.
Yes.
Yeah, let's not have a geekgasm right now. We can do it later.
Oh damn! They cut out my code. Or whatever.
We'll come back to that later, Tarek. We can do that after the session.
Don't you dare tell me how to spend my time.
It's our time, comrade.
I listen to no one. I'm a rebel.
Here's the thing. If we all go in, if all three of us go in, which I approve of this plan, that means when they call HQ, it's going to be Elmano on the line telling them that we have permission to be there.
Hardcell, I'm not saying that
No
you
one is
should
gonna
go
believe me.
in. What I'm saying is it wise to send somebody who may not be able to hold up their front in with me, if questioned?
She looks over at
Steelheart and says, "Lie to my face. Tell me
I-
two things that are true and one lie, and do it quickly."
I once disassembled a nuclear reactor. I once helped assemble a car from scraps, and I once had to fix my own arm.
maybe I assume that this might be persuasion, right? Is that that's
It's human
skill?
perception to look through a lie.
No.
for-
Persuasion to make the thing, and
to
Yeah.
make the lie,
Yeah.
and then my human perception.
Uh,
That would be
Uh,
which one did you say I should roll? I'm taking
Persuasion.
persuasion. Let me find that real quick.
Persuasion definitely works for that.
Yeah. Oh wow,
And
that
for the counter, deduction or human perception and would work in this case.
Ooh,
Oh my.
I rolled really bad. I would have, if I didn't roll a 1, my minimum roll would have beat that.
I just
but
say-
I did.
I just say 3 times. I fucked your mom times 3.
She's not into scrawny little girls like you.
Oh, is it deduction? Where's my deduction skill? Where is deduction?
I never said I was good at lying.
in
So
fact, you very
Memo
clearly said
looks
you
at
would
you and goes, "I fucked your mom. I fucked your mom, and I fucked your mom. You got 3 moms.
die.
Ooh yeah, I fucked them all." And you just go, "Yeah, I know that's fucked."
So if it's deduction for this, I definitely saw through Steel.
It was the nuclear reactor.
Yeah, I figured it was the nuclear reactor. That's the one.
That
I
that
guessed.
I was
It was
I was
still
stalling for
plausible.
time.
So Gas looks over at Hartzell and raises a brow.
I look back and I say, she's as passable. She's passable.
All right, then.
Justice skills are not my strong suit. I mean, best I can hope for is someone gets confused by my accent. But more likely, I speak with material things, not a silver tongue.
I just suggest don't answer questions. Speaking a different language, look confused. What happens with a lot of people who work contracting jobs? You got orders.
You
about-
can be my intern.
How about this? Before we even decide to walk up to this place and knock on the door, let's go take a looky look. Let's see what we can see.
I mean, I got a blueprint right here.
That will only tell us so much. I want to see who's out there. I want to see who comes and goes. I want to see what kind of business they're doing. You know, whatever I can see. Let's stake it out. I want to go over there and I don't know, take like 5 hours and just see what happens.
So you want to go war driving?
I want to stake it out. What's a war drive? Is that a stakeout? Is that no out of
Yeah.
character? I'm just
Yeah,
like,
sure, Grandpa. Let's get in the car and go stake out, whatever the fuck that means.
no, I'm like out
I'm
of
always
character.
talking about food. Oh, this is in character. My character is like
no. I'm serious. I was like,
no.
when I said
This is
what's a
Corey.
war
This is
drive,
Corey
I'm asking,
confused now. He wants to know what's going on.
yeah, I took off my glasses. I'm like, hey, what's a war drive? I don't know.
War driving is another technical term for going and like
Staking out.
gathering information. It's
So you might
like
not know.
getting human intelligence
So
on a
it's
place that you're going to go and
it's
do
cyberpunk
stuff at.
slang. Got it. Okay.
Usually also involving a hacker trying to hit things as you go by.
Exactly.
All right.
It's a hacking term that you use to go and do both human intelligence and digital intelligence gathering.
Sure. Thank you. It's like, yeah, let's all get in the battle wagon.
I can already say that I absolutely am going to enjoy rewatching this on YouTube.
So, since the car is very tight, who's sitting on whose lap?
Dibs on the front seat.
Not a chance.
I called dibs. That's how dibs work.
Well, two people can be in front seat. One's driving, one's in passenger. Then you have a seat. Well, it's charitable to call it a seat in the back. And then two people would be piled on top of each other.
You
Back there.
driving?
I can drive, yes.
Nice. So the siblings sit in the back.
I'm gonna roll intimidation on you right now. So whatever it is that you would do to contest that,
You
feel free.
two just go on ahead. We'll meet you there. I look over.
I'm just gonna stare you down.
I
I
look
smile.
over, I look over at Gas. I'm like, we'll just get a taxi.
Yeah.
Or use the famous New York subway system.
No.
She like looks over.
Just so simple, sounding both disdainful and defeated by that.
Look,
Disturbed.
look.
No.
We're coming back to me for a second, okay? I think public transportation is probably some of the best things out there, and we need to invest in it and make sure that our cities have these types of things. That said, the New York
Cool.
subway system is a fucking travesty, and they need to get their shit together out there. I don't know what they're doing, but whatever it is, it's not good. And
It's
when people
still better than what Indianapolis or Indiana anywhere
when
has.
people say that they don't like public transportation, it is because the United States has tragically mismanaged it. All right. That's your PSA for the day.
I am fine with taking a taxi, but I imagine we can't take a taxi all the way across the continent. And I would like this little twerp to understand that she sits in the back.
Go ahead and roll your intimidate.
I assume interrogation as a cool might be the closest thing to that. As that's like bad cop. I don't know. Is it persuasion? I don't know.
Is there no intimidate?
Nope. There's only interrogation, which seems to me like the opposite of that. But I don't know if it is. I can roll persuasion as in
Hang on, let me look through things here real quick. And
spicy persuasion.
That's interesting.
I mean, that's really what intimidation is just a persuasion.
Yeah. It's just spicy persuasion.
it effectively would be a face down.
I don't know.
So let me look up the rules real quick for face downs.
Oh boy, one of those already.
It's just rep.
We're gonna take your face.
There's a button
plus
for it.
plus D10.
There's a button for it under reputation. You just click the face down button.
Yep, and both of you
Oh,
click
yeah.
it because Manos, that's how you resist.
It's a frowny face. I see this little frowny face down.
It is a frowny face.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Can
going
you
to
add
take.
luck to these?
No,
You can.
Really? It doesn't let you on the button.
That's what I was wondering.
Here.
We're going to take.
I was assuming that it doesn't let you.
your face down.
I should not be laughing.
When you click on the face down, additional mods, that's where you would put in how much
Well,
luck you're using.
normally you'd have to put in a luck button, like a luck value, and then it would remove it from the luck
It's fine.
stat. But I guess it doesn't really do that on this one.
All right. Mano, do yours?
Oh. Well,
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you're not intimidated in the slightest. And in fact, with this kind of blank stare coming back at you, Gas, you're slightly intimidated.
Let's get nachos.
You're gonna find a scalpel in your pillow tonight.
All right, so moving this along a little bit, you want to go and stake the place out. You find it's actually down in behind some alleyways. So I'm going to kind of quick flash a couple maps at you and set them as active real quick. Here is the main alleyway that the big
It is
warehouse doors are off of.
I don't know that we can. I can't see
Yeah.
anything.
I got the alert. I do not have a token that has vision of this scene.
Yeah.
Okay, how do I change that?
How do I pull my
Right
character?
click
out?
on alley and then check preferences, go to lighting and make turn off token vision.
There's configure lighting. There we go. Turn that off. And turn the fog off. And
It's token vision.
save.
There we go. Now we can
Oh.
see it.
Oh, that effect looks fancy.
Oh, that does look really fancy.
Yes, again, thank you, Sebastian, for the help with the maps.
There's really nice lighting effects on here.
Now, you would be arriving from down here at the bottom of the map, and the actual warehouse doors, the big ones, are off of right here.
Over here.
Okay?
Okay. How do you
Yep.
ping again? Left click? Or button?
Left hold. Don't just click, just hold.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And that's that side. That's where the big warehouse door is, where the vehicles come in and out of. All you can really tell about the building there is the warehouse door. Right over here is where the alley leading to the backside and the little door is. And just real quickly, pop. And then set active. And this is what this one looks like. You'd be coming in, again, from the bottom. And it's kind of a dead end with their door being over here.
So this is the door to the actual facility.
Yes. That is the
Okay, and so
people
these
door.
other doors are not for this place.
Not at all.
Okay. So we could actually try to set up inside of these.
Now
places.
your stakeout, well, this door over here is actually the back of a ramen shop. So you
Okay.
could get ramen and kind of just hang out in this area and nobody would say shit about that while you're eating.
That's perfect.
What about these spots?
They are locked doors to some other place that have metal shutters down and like 3 or 4 padlocks on them.
It's New
And what about
York.
this
They're
one?
probably empty and for rent.
That area is
Trash.
just a trash pile.
That's what I thought. But that could be useful too.
So, happy
Okay.
with seeing the backside alley?
Yeah, I have some ideas of what we could do here.
I'm going to go ahead and reset back to the main alley.
Okay.
Because really, there isn't that much in that back alley. And the entry to the ramen shop is right here.
Oh,
So this is the ramen shop. This is the warehouse
Mm-hmm.
where we're extracting from. And how much traffic is in this area?
Foot traffic in the main alley, kind of decent. There's lots of little shops around in here. This one over here is a small brain dance and selling place. They'll sell you the recordings to use on a brain dance player. Right over here is actually a sex toy shop.
Nice.
And then you have the ramen shop.
That's exactly what I was going to
As
say too.
the-
Nice.
Three main things. So they're in an alley, so they're not in direct. The sex toy shop and the brain dance aren't against the immorality laws that are technically still on the books, but absolutely ignored by everyone.
I mean, we
How high up
And
is this?
this shop here is a bodega.
How high up is this little like?
That part is like 1.5 stories up.
This is just a
So,
billboard.
yeah, that's just a billboard.
So if I really wanted to, I might be able to climb up here and keep an eye out in the alleyway.
Yeah. Wouldn't be that hard. And how long do you guys choose to stay here? Either sitting at the ramen shop, front or back, or up on that roof?
I
For
was
now, like my character is just looking and like grabbing data. She's not probably looking to stay here for a ton of time. Depends on how long the rest of the group is going to stay. But
I wanted to stay here as long for a while to see who is coming and going from that warehouse. Probably at least 5 hours to make sure I know, like, if there's a shift change, anything like that. If
What-
people come in and drop things off, if there's like a shipment that comes, if there's a shipment that goes out, any
What-
kind of stuff like that.
what I would suggest then is you stay at the ramen shop because that's less conspicuous, and we can
And
look
from
to
the
see
front,
if
you'd be
there's.
able to see both going down the alley or going through the front.
Yep, and then we can see if there is a camera in this alleyway somewhere, and then use that as a way to get long-term, like data on comings and goings. Because if we stay there out in the open, people will notice us and recognize us, and that will be weird. So, is there any like cameras or like security systems around here?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Anyone?
The brain dance shop has one pointing at their own door. The sex shop has no external cameras. The ramen shop does not appear to have any external cameras. And you thought there weren't any initially on the warehouse, but then you notice that over here, there was one pointing at the warehouse door and would cover the alley.
Can
But
I get
it's
up to it and try to hijack the signal?
You can get close enough by getting up there and getting behind the billboard.
Yeah, then that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay, I'm going to need a some kind of climbing check. Athletics.
Okay.
And quick question: is there a way for players to help other players?
There is. If you said you were helping boost El Mano up, it would lower the difficulty.
I mean, he wrote it as I was. They wrote it as I was saying that.
Yes,
So.
but I haven't
it
said the
makes-
results.
Oh well, what's her name?
I would take
Steelheart
the
would
help.
like to help.
Okay.
Just 2 girls.
Elmanos, do you accept the boost up to the roof from
Oh, yeah.
Genevieve? Steelheart?
Of course.
All right, then you make it up with very little problems. It does require a little running start and a throw from Genevieve, but you get up there.
Makes sense. I'm short though, so it's probably not that bad. And I'm sickly. So
No, arm goes most of the way.
once I get up, I scurry my way back. I'll do a stealth check to try to avoid being spotted from the camera. And
Okay.
then I will 13.
Okay.
Not great, but probably enough to dodge a stationary camera view going behind this.
Yeah, especially if you're going from behind the billboard, because
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
you angled. Would cover the corner of that roof, like out here, but it
Mhm.
kind of gets cut off about here.
Makes
So
sense.
behind the billboard is definitely out of view.
And then I'll try to control the node.
Now, you do notice also the guy running the brain dance shop kind of looks up, sees you there, and just does at you, and then goes back to looking at the crowd trying to hawk his wares.
Nice. All right, I will try to take over the camera then. Once I get close enough, I'll try to jump in and grab what I can.
All right. I believe that would be a control on your
Interface.
yeah. On the net side, it would be control. And you can just click on the program control to do it.
Yep. Let me do this. There we go. $13? Pretty good.
That is pretty good. You're not able to backtrace it, but you can piggyback it.
Perfect. That's more than enough
So
to
you
be.
can't access its older files, but its current ones you can be just looking along anytime you look at it.
Okay. I will route that signal from my cyber deck over to Falco's agent.
What you should be doing is sending it to Gas's agent and not Falco's. She can look at it without looking at her agent.
I can
Well,
do it to both people. Falco's the one who asked for it, so that's why I was giving it to him. But I can send it to both. Gas and
Sure.
Falco can get a feed.
I can look at it without anyone knowing what I'm looking at.
Well, both
True.
of you, your agents go ping unknown link from Manos. Click yes, no.
Sure.
Haha! Now I offload my virus onto there, and I'm just playing.
I know, right?
And that's it. I'll send the information over to them.
Notice how no one finds that as amusing as you do.
He's got my data.
I do.
He's got all your porn, Falco.
All right,
Why
Falco.
is it always porn with you guys? Why do you think, oh, I can see your porn on reflected in your
Didn't
glasses?
you literally tell us when you were making this character that they were kind of a hosky for Showski? Just like a
Look.
smidge?
I go after real women only.
What about videos of real
Oh,
women
come on. Oh,
who
come
in your
on.
area who want you?
Don't lie. You practiced with Virtual Vicky. She's the most popular virtual prostitute out there.
Look, I'm no longer a kid. I'm an adult now.
So you brain dance instead.
Time to take off the training boobs.
Raining boobs. Oh.
It's like, poop. Ah!
Oh no! This is the most
I'm
the,
so glad these videos aren't monetized.
the
because
most
I would've
horrifying
ruined
moment
it.
of Falco's life was when
Oh
the
my
training
God.
boobs popped off.
Okay. Both Gas and Falco now have access to this camera. And in the 5 hours you've been here, there has been no activity at the warehouse. The lights on the windows upstairs did not change. There was no movement seen. Nobody went down that alleyway. Nobody went through the front door.
Wow. This place is super locked down. If that's the case, it doesn't matter what our bullshit line is. No one's gonna take it because no one comes in and out.
No. Yeah.
It's almost as if there's not anybody in there.
Or if they're going in through a different method.
There is a basement, correct?
There is.
Any chance they could be using the brain dance store or the sex shop as their point of entry?
Or someplace underground.
Well, the brain dance dude looks pretty cool, so maybe if one of you guys wants to saunter on up to him
All
and
right.
give him a...
Sure. Okay. So here's the deal. Here's the thing, James.
Uh-huh.
Lots of people have no idea what we're talking about when we say brain dance, me included. So please explain what this is for our audience and me too, and then
Okay. First, I will make a movie reference. Strange Days. The main technological conceit is brain dance in it. What brain dance is somebody has an implant that records everything they feel, all their emotions, every sensation that they feel physically,
what they
what
see,
things
what they
taste like,
smell,
what they see, what they hear, everything. A finished product brain dance has gone through an editing program, but can have, in order to help level things out and make it a more enjoyable experience for everyone. There are different classifications in Cyberpunk for brain dances. You have the regular ones that are produced by Media Corps, and those are all considered 98% safe. You can use them, just have an enjoyable experience, and go on with your life. 2% chance of having a reaction to it and having some issues later, but they're the safest ones out there. Then you have the street level ones where, yeah, they've also been through an editor program. They're supposedly made mostly safe, but they don't have the corporate level safety stuff, and they can range in safe use anywhere from 50% all the way up to the 98 that the Media Corps get. Then there's raw brain dances, which have not been edited at all. You feel everything exactly as the person recording it felt. And then there's the snuff category, where the person recording dies. So if you want to experience death, get a snuff brain dance and take your chances. 50-50, you die too.
right, okay.
Most common street ones are porn or drug use, so that you can experience what using a drug is like without ever getting addicted.
Cool.
Or you want to know what it's like you're a guy and you want to know what it's like to have female multiple orgasms? Get a brain dance of a female performer having multiple orgasms.
Okay.
Anything a human body can experience, there's a brain dance for it.
All we want to know is if this brain dance place is a front for that warehouse, right?
Or not really just that if it's a front, you could talk to them about like
If
how
anyone
many
comes in or
people
out.
do you see come in and out? How often do people go there? Do they use this entrance or another entrance? Have you ever seen anybody? Like, you can gather as much information as you want from them.
Pose
He's
as a
been here. He
buyer.
works here.
Pose as a buyer.
Also,
pretend it's empty, pretend-
it's now time to begin winding down. So, you talking to this guy is going to be the last scene for the night.
Okay. I'll head on in there then.
He's standing at the entrance, calling out, going, "I got raw, I got edited, street value, all you want, anything you want to try. No snuff though. I ain't that kind of dude." Hey, how you doing, man? What can I get you? How can I help?
I don't know, man.
Holy crap! Is that a California accent I'm hearing?
Yeah. I'm from out of town,
Oh,
and
fuck!
I'm
He
looking.
immediately claps you on both shoulders, looks like he's about to go in for a hug, checks himself, and goes, "It's good to see a fellow transplant. How you
Hey,
doing?"
I'm doing all right. Tell you what, man. I'm looking for like a good New York experience. I'm feeling like a fish out of water. I need to know how to act around here, how to be. You know, you. How
You
long
want
have you been
you
here?
want the real New York experience.
How long have
That's
you been
what you
here?
tell me?
How long have you been here?
It's been 5 years so far.
5 years? You've been working at this place?
Oh, no. I started out at the docks hauling crates. Then a friend of mine around here, he managed to get a hookup, and, well, now I'm here.
Really?
Can I interest you in a dance?
Yeah, man. Tell you what. Do you sell your stuff here?
Um, Lifts up his hair at the back to show that he doesn't have a oversized jack back there. He goes, "Oh man, I don't have the recorder myself.
Oh,
That's the
sorry.
next thing. Once I get the money, I'm going to do that."
That's all right, man. This your shop, man, looks like it's just in a little alley here. You get a lot of customers?
More than you'd think.
Really?
Oh yeah. Look,
Look,
I
I
got
just
some
came.
of the I got some of the safest street dances is available not just in Brooklyn, but in New York City.
Let me see. Come on. We'll go back. You can show me what you got. And while he shows me stuff, I'll try and slip in like what this place is like. Who's you know? Hey, is that place over there legit? Is that place over there legit? And we'll ask about the
Oh,
thing.
ramen shop's excellent, but I saw you noshing earlier.
I know it's really
So you
good.
already know they excellent.
Uh,
And
but that
and Smeegs right there. I think he misspelled Smeg, but whatever. He ain't the cleanest, but his stuff's good.
so am I rolling a roll here? Interrogation.
Interrogation can work. You can
Sure.
also do perception since you said you were looking around the shop.
Well, first I'm pumping him for information while I peruse his stuff. As he shows me different things, I'll slip in, you know.
Now, interrogation, there's a couple different ways to do that. Uh, um, Conversation
Conversation. We
seems
can
to
do.
be seems to be the direction you're currently going though
We'll
with
do.
it. Though persuasion could also work.
We can do conversation. Persuasion, I'm really good at. You want me to do persuasion? Sure. That's where I excel. Here, persuasion roll. 19.
Okay. Like I said, he responded with how the ramen shop's excellent, how Smeegs is, but it's still pretty good place, especially if you're into the PVC catsuit style stuff. Because, hey, like I said, he doesn't have the cleanest, and that shit's easy to clean.
And
And when you ask about, what about that warehouse over there? Man, ain't nobody really go in or out, maybe once a week. Come to think of it, they're about due for some activity in like a day or two. They end up making everybody move everything out of the way so they can move their vehicle through. Then about 4 hours later, they usually come back.
oh man, they must be up to no good in there if they're like super secret about everything. You don't see anybody go in and out.
They ain't with the gangs or the outfits, so
Do you think they got
it's
people?
got to be corporate bullshit, and
Do you
it don't pay to stick your nose in that.
Do you think they got people locked up back in there?
Wouldn't know, but the vehicle they used is just an SUV, and nobody looks held against their will when they ride in those.
No, I mean like What are they picking up and putting away? There's got to be people in there, right? Not drivers, but the actual people that work inside that warehouse, right? You don't see them coming and going, right? Unless they're coming and going through Smeag's over there.
I doubt it. Smeag's ain't got a basement or anything.
Right.
He's barely got a back room.
And they ain't coming through here, otherwise you know. I'd hope.
Yeah.
So
And look around, man. It's a not very large room, has a counter with a register at it, like an old register with manual buttons.
let me ask you something.
And then the walls are lined with glass cases that have little chips set up on them with little tags describing what they are under them.
Let me ask you something. Would you take a job where you have to live in a warehouse with no windows for months on end? Not coming, not going? I know we all need to make money, right? But we make money so we can buy stuff, so we can go out, so we can get the stuff that we want.
I mean, it would depend upon how much they're paying and what the job entails. If it's just sitting around in there and I'm getting $10K a month, fuck yeah, I'd do it.
Dude, man, you and me, we're not in the same place.
Looks you up and down and goes, your thread's already said that.
Tell you what, I want that guy over there. That sounds really great. Let me get. Hey, call up Elmano. Hey, I need you down here. I need the card.
The card?
Yeah, get your ass down here. Right now.
Please. I walk over a little bit out of the edge, and then send you a text message saying, "Look up."
I look up. I hold my hand
I flick
out.
the card to you.
Thank you. I walk in. Got
Athletics check to catch it.
Sure. Boop.
I swear, if we lose this thing this quickly.
Oh, it was almost a 10. But that's good enough, I'm sure.
Yes, it is. You kind of have to go a bit low to catch it, but you get it.
All right. I grab it.
So what kind you interested in, man? And do you have a player already?
I don't give a shit about what he's saying. I grabbed the one that that sounded good to me. As for a player, I don't get one. This is not my job. I'm just here. I say that I do.
Well, you know that if you actually do want to experience the brain dance, you could always ask El Mano if you could use their deck, because it can do the same thing.
Sure. Or I can just plug it into her deck and make her go crazy for a little bit. No.
So you get a average New Yorker day. Hey.
All right, let's wind her down. You said this was it?
Yep. So that's where we're going to go ahead and stop it.
I'll tell you the information I got, which is like nothing. Like we got no fucking leverage, no fucking no fucking, other than breaking down the door. I don't see a way.
Which you have access codes for.
We do have access codes for the building.
I guess we can Batman our way in there, but that's the worst way for us. This is not a thing that we're gonna be very good at. We're good at.
If you do relay that there's no basement in either of these two buildings, that definitely clarifies that we can't use, like, it tells us we cannot there's going to be, if there's a way in and out of that place underground, there's no local access to that, which also might mean that it will take a long time for reinforcements, because they did also say they have to ask everyone to move everything out of the way to get their vehicle in and out.
Well, the thing is we need to get her out of there before this vehicle comes, because that's her father said in 2 days. That vehicle comes within the 2 days. That's
Um,
probably what he wants her not to be there for.
James, how long did it take of travel time, if you know, to get here? And we stayed here for about 5 hours. So that's
All told, since we're left, it's been about 8 hours.
8 hours. So we have a little bit less than 40 hours left. So we
Yeah. If you hit it tomorrow night, that works out.
Well, we're going to have to figure this out by next time. We'll see you next week, everybody. Is that it, James? You got anything else to say?
One last thing. You all earned 30 IP.
30 IP.
Where do I add that?
There's a button
Oh, found
that says IP. If you click on the little thing, you can add to the ledger.
We get 30 IP for our first game. There we go.
Yep. And a new first level skill. Let me check that out again.
Oh no.
A new first level skill costs 20.
Okay.
Unless it's got the ×2 multiplier, or you're trying to get a new roll ability.
We'll figure all that out off stream. Hey, if you want to talk to us or join us, we have a Discord that we are all on and we all chat at. You can always leave a comment here, and we'd love to hear from you. Other than that, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and go roll some dice. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.